Hi there, Art here. What have I got for you today? Tennis elbow. I've had tennis elbow. I had it for 6 months. Tennis elbow is one of those difficult conditions to treat and treat successfully. And it can last up to a year, even if you don't get any treatment. But it's better that you try and resolve it because it aids to your recovery and it saves you a lot of discomfort. It's one of those conditions that you get a pain in the forearm and then you get a pain on the outside of the elbow. Lateral epicondylitis is the medical term. The other fact is it doesn't lead to any damage or arthritis. And lots of people get worried because it's so painful, even like doing buttons up, picking something up, pouring a kettle, all your active daily living skills, they all become painful and the arm aches. But guess what? It doesn't lead to any damage. Lots of people say they lose muscle grip in their hand, but that's because the brain doesn't recognize that this irritable tendon is damaging because it can't differentiate. So it stops the muscle from working efficiently. So why is it so painful and what causes it? Well, they do say, as you can imagine, with tennis players, completely hitting that backhand puts a lot of strain on the tendon. But I've treated lots of people that haven't even played tennis or even held a racket. So how can that be? Well, what happens is if you do aggravate this tendon, then what happens is the body tries to help you. It puts more blood into the tendon, and the tendon isn't supposed to have a lot of blood, and the blood contains salt, and the salt irritates the nerves in the tendon. That's what makes it so painful. So you have to try and reduce the inflammation. So rest, ice, compression, one of those tennis elbow straps is a good idea in the early stages. It can be very difficult to treat and treat successfully. In fact, some people even have an injection, and that isn't really successful at all in about 5% of people. And also, you're in danger of rupturing that tendon. It's one of those conditions that if you don't receive any treatment and you can put up with the pain and discomfort, will go away by itself in a year. But if you can help yourself, then that's good. Muscles work 3 ways. Statically, when there's no movement, but the muscle contracts. Concentrically, when the muscle shortens, and eccentrically, when the muscle lengthens. And it's the eccentric loading of that tendon that can aid that recovery of yours. And I'm going to show you. It's very simple and it's very easy to do, and you need to do 10 repetitions twice a day. I'll come on to that in a while, and also I'll show you the stretch. Well, my spitting image brother is going to show you the exercise. Here we go. See what he says.
Art, you talk, I'll demonstrate.
We had that before. So, you bend the arm, cock the wrist back, put the weight in the hand, straighten the arm, drop the wrist. Drop the weight. Then bring it back up to the shoulder, cock the wrist.
Okay, I'll do it slower.
Good. That's slow enough. And then drop the weight. Drop the wrist, drop the weight.
Slow enough for you?
Yes.
How many repetitions are I supposed to do of this
10.
exercise?
10 repetitions.
Okay, good.
Twice a day. So there's the eccentric loading, which may aid to your recovery. I'm going to ask my spitting image brother to show you the stretch.
Art, what about the stretch? I'll demonstrate, you talk.
Okay, fine. Straighten the arm out, twist it to the outside, cock the wrist up and use the other hand.
And how long do I hold this stretch?
30 seconds.
And how many repetitions of the stretch?
Let's make it 10.
That's only 20 seconds. That's quite a long time, 30 seconds.
Yes, it's a long time, 30 seconds.
10
but
repetitions.
10 repetitions.
Thanks for that.
You're welcome. So there you have it. 10 by 10. 10 eccentric loading exercises, followed by 10 30-second stretches of that tendon twice a day. That's all from me today. If you want more hints, tips and great advice to aid that recovery of yours, visit our website atlphysio.com. For now, stay well, stay safe, and I'll see you soon.